We need a better generation of EU or a block. We need it like an EU area. What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome back to FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode Skyblock. Now, we have this set up over here, and in the last episode we were working on these things. We're getting all these guys powered, but we do have a problem. Our problem is power. We don't have enough power being sent to stuff. Now, I don't know what the issue is. Between all of these power transportation devices that we have, there is something going on with, I think it's the kinesis pipes. They just suck really, really bad. I'm pretty sure that's what the issue is, although it could be these guys, but this guy is fine. This guy is all powered and working just fine. This guy, however, is not. He's not being powered hardly at all. And I don't know what the problem is. These guys can transmit plenty. I mean, plenty of RF per tick. We should be fine. Now, there is a power conversion because these guys use EU, which means for every 4 RF coming in here, we only get 1 EU here, which is a big problem. That's a big deal. We need to solve this issue, and I don't know how to do it. We're already getting ready to be maxed out on this, which will probably make this guy stop using power, and then we'll start to power this guy. I don't know, but it's a big, 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 big problem. And I don't know how to fix it because we need to process this stuff faster. So that's my issue. Now, I was told about the flux duct. Flux duct? This is difficult to say. There is a cryo-stabilized flux duct. Infinite RF per tick. Now, we can't even transmit that much at the moment, but those are highly attractive. I really, really like that. We do need to get the jellied cryothium, which isn't really too difficult to get. Like, cryothium dust is something we can get. That's not a huge problem. I do believe we have some blizz rods somewhere, or if we can't, or if we don't, we can get them somehow. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, like this. Snowballs with destabilized redstone. I mean, we can get it. It's a pain in the butt, but we can do it. So, I mean, we can get the cryo-stabilized flux duct. I'm not entirely sure what to do with these guys, and I need your help. I need some suggestions on how to make this work better. Now, I know Basilisk has hooked up his. He has like 18 recyclers going and all this other good stuff. I took a different route. I decided to go with the overclockers, and as you see, right now I can keep up. Now, I'm pretty sure that once I can feed this guy more power, I won't be able to keep up, and then maybe we'll need to look at more recyclers. But for now, we need more power to be sent into the mass fabricator because it's just not working anywhere close to fast enough. I need to solve this problem so that we can actually get stuff going. But today, that's not what it's about. At least not the first part of this episode. The first part of this episode is going to be something else. We're going to be looking at this stuff. But I got a few questions in the comments, and I said that I would answer them here. So what I want to do instead is actually I've been working on a little bit of something over here with the marble. Now the marble, I wanted to take a look at the marble because I'm not entirely sure how this is going to look down there in our area. We really need to get that set up, and I think the marble is actually going to look pretty good. I'm not exactly sure which marble we want to get, but we can chisel it up and play with a few different kinds just to see what works well. But what I've done is I've started to get these guys right here. Basically, the way we do this is we get the stone, the regular old stone, and we request a whole bunch of these guys. And once they come in, we can put them right here in the sieve, and we'll get all this kinds of stuff right here. We also get limestone too, which we can try. I usually don't like limestone too much. I'm not a big fan of the limestone, but the marble I am. We're gonna go ahead and take the marble. We're gonna make a few of these blocks, which really we don't get a huge amount of them. We really don't. I kind of wish we got a lot more of them, but hey, it is what it is, right? We got to deal with what we deal with. But I want to take a look at some of these just to see how they look. Now, we only have 29, which is a huge bummer, but we can set up a little auto process thing. We can eventually get enough of them. Why do I always go for the hard ones? Hey, you're not Jeffrey, but you're the Jeffrey replacement. Chicken, I don't want your egg. Okay, so Jeff, hey, can you stop moving? You're moving around a lot, buddy. I'm trying to talk to you. Hey, why do we always go for the hard stuff, right? Okay, so here is the regular marble. I want to know what we think about this first. Now, while I do this, I'm going to go ahead, and there are a few questions that I got that were asked, basically. So let me pull those up real quick, actually, so I can actually answer them properly. Okay, so here we are. I have those questions. But first, I do kind of like the way that it looks. We're going to play with a little bit of the chisel stuff. But anyway, so as I do this, let's try to answer some of these questions. Okay, so the first one is, what am I going to do after I finish this series? Well, to be honest, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to do. By the way, these questions were asked by Aldi. He's down there in the comments. He's always down there in the comments. Appreciate it, buddy. Again, no last names just because that's the way I roll, but, you know. That's the wrong thing. So, yeah, there we go. Now, after this series, honestly, I don't know. But I do have a few ideas for where I want the channel to go, like, overall. I want to get into other games. Usually, when I try to step into another game, I don't get a huge amount of support for it. I don't get a lot of... I just don't get the views, really. I don't get the support, but I guess I got to do it like a lot more often. That's always where I've kind of wanted the channel to go, is kind of to go into other games and do some more stuff. Like Slither.io is one that I kind of want to jump into. I know it's already been kind of played out by this time. It's one of those short little fad games that just kind of go through and it kind of expires pretty quick usually, just because it's just kind of the nature of the game. You know, it's really super popular for a very short period of time. The same with Deep.io or DPO or I don't know, whatever it's called. The other one where you're like a tank or something. But I don't know. They're really cool. And the issue I have was with Slither is actually that, I don't know, it gets really, really, really laggy. It's unbelievably laggy. And I want to try to do it anyway, but I want to figure out how to solve that first. Because right now it's getting laggy when I'm not even recording it. And it's just, I don't know, it's terrible. When I start recording it, it'll get even worse. And I just don't think it'll be video worthy. That's why I haven't done it yet. That's why I didn't do it when everybody else was doing it. Just, I don't know, it's not a thing. But anyway, you know, I want to go into other games. I'm looking at a few of them. I want to get into some like adventure games. Like Uncharted 4 is a really, really cool one. Now I can't do that. I don't have a console or anything. I don't know if it's out for PC. Plus, even if it was, I don't have the money for it. So it's kind of always down to money. It's just a thing. I can't just buy whatever game I want, but those are the kinds of games that I would like to get into. Just a whole bunch of different stuff. Horror games or something. I have a different take on horror games because I don't get scared very often. Well, not from video games anyway. Like, of course I'm scared of stuff. Everybody's scared of something, but horror games just aren't the thing that scares me. I tend to laugh at the parts that are supposed to be scary. Like the guy creeping out around a corner, I'll be like, yep, there's a guy gonna jump out. Like, I am susceptible to jump scares. Like, something that pops out suddenly, yeah, I'm going to jump. I'm like, whoa. Okay, no, we're good. But just straight up scary, like the dark and gloomy, it doesn't freak me out. The creepy music doesn't creep me out. I'm just like, it's a little bit over the top there, isn't it, buddy? You know, it's just kind of a thing. But, yeah, that's just one of those directions, you know. That's the kind of stuff. But as far as what I'm doing after this series, I really don't know. I kind of pick what I'm doing next as we go. Let's try the regular old these guys. See how this looks. So, you know, I just... That's wrong. Give me that back. So I'm just not 100%. You know, I just don't know exactly what I want to do, where I want to go with this. After this series. For now, Minecraft is my most viewed thing. That's what I want to keep doing. I love Minecraft. You know, I don't foresee that ending anytime soon. All this other stuff will be in addition to Minecraft. I like that. That's pretty good. Now, the other questions. Now, this is the guy that proposed the 1 million RF a tick challenge. Okay? So, that is very, very difficult to do. Will I be able to? I don't know, but I do want to try. I want to give that a shot. It's reasonable enough to give it to give an attempt. It's possible, barely, but possible. So that's it is one of those kinds of deals. I kind of like that. That's pretty good. I think I used this texture before. But he asked me a few other things as well. Now, these are a little bit Some of them are a little bit out there and practically impossible. Oh, one of which is kill 4 Chaos Dragons without dying. Now, that's not impossible. That's not one of the impossible ones. That's not really what I meant by that. There's other ones that he suggested. That one is possible. We might give that a shot if there is some kind of islands in the end. There is a way to get to the end here, by the way. Let's see if there's a way. My buddy told me about it. It's called the End Cake or something. End Cake. Yeah, this guy right here. The End Cake. 6 eyes of Ender, 2 cakes, and a golden apple. This is how you get to it. You make the end cake and you click on it and go to the end. But the end is a skyblock as well. So if those Chaos Islands are still created, which I imagine they would be. I don't see why they would remove those. But just the nature of a skyblock means there's nothing but that one island. So I don't know. You never really know. But we'll have to see about that. Now, the next one is to make 4 draconic reactors and explode them at the same time. Now, those of you who have been around for a little while know about this, that at the end of my last FTB Infinity series, I made one of those and exploded the map. That's not even the right thing. Hey, come here, Hammer. That's wrong. Take that off. Let's re-chisel these. But I made one and I exploded the crap out of it. It's this one, right? Hard to see those little guys. You know, it's just a little bit difficult. I imagine if I increase the size of the thing, the GUI. There's a GUI scale. Yeah, if we change that size, I'm sure it'll probably look a little bit bigger, but still, it's a little small. But yeah, so I made one at was it the last episode? I don't know. Somewhere near the end of my last series. And I exploded the crap out of it. It makes a huge crater. A crater probably like 5 or 6 times the size of my base right here. Like, it is ridiculously huge. If not bigger than that. If not bigger than that. It's a really, 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 really big crater. Now, to make 4 of them and explode them at the same time would be very difficult to do. Just because of how big the explosion is. If I was going to do that, I'd have to space them out to make the biggest, crater possible. And they might be out of render range in that case. So I'd have to put them just inside render range and then sit right in the middle and have some kind of a trigger mechanism. I'm making hand gestures. You can't see me do it, but I am. Make some kind of a mechanism like a switch or something right in the middle of all 4 of them. And then flip that switch so they all get deactivated and all explode at the same time. It would be a little bit hard to do. But I'd give it a shot. But I wouldn't do it here just because we don't have an actual world to destroy. If I'm going to do that, I want actual destruction in a real map, not a skyblock map. There's no point to explode anything here. I could put one right in the middle of my base when I'm done with the series and it'd blow up my world. But one of them would take out the entire thing. So I wouldn't have to use 4. So we may do that eventually. It would be interesting. No promises, no guarantees, but maybe in the future. Not anytime soon. Now this next one is actually the impossible one that I was telling you about. This one is not possible. Well, I say not possible. Minecraft is very open. It is possible. Everything is possible. I will say that. But this is so ridiculous that I wouldn't even. I like to go big, peeps. I like to go really big, but this is even too over the top for me. No. I'm sorry, but no. And that is to fill 4 tier 7 draconic energy core multi-block structures in less than 5 minutes. Fill 4 of them in under 5 minutes. One of them can store 2.18 trillion energy, RF. Like huge amounts of energy just with one. Then you want me to fill 4 and under 5 minutes? That would require me to, I did the math a little bit. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's something like producing 1.8, so almost 2 billion RF a tick. Almost 2 billion. Now that's a long way from 1 million. That was the original goal. And that's too much. It's just way too much. Sorry, buddy, that one won't happen. And then the last one, the last challenge that he was proposing was to make 3 maxed out reactors, and I must use diamond blocks as the coolant. Now, I'm not sure why to impose the diamond blocks. I think that's just because of the pure cost of a maxed out reactor. Can you imagine how many diamonds it would take to fill a huge maxed out reactor? 3 of them with nothing but diamond blocks? It would be incredibly expensive. And I would probably make extensive use of this. Now, we do want to amp up this system a lot. Like, I want this system ridiculous. I want to have stacks upon stacks of drums ready to go anytime we want to duplicate something really, really, really difficult. I want that to be a thing. I want to have I want a full Bedrockium drum full of UU matter. I think that would be wickedly awesome. I want that to be my own challenge. I want to have one of those by the time I'm done with this series. But, yeah. 3 maxed out reactor with nothing but diamond blocks. I might make a few, maybe 1 or 2 maxed out reactors just for the fun of it, but I doubt I'm going to be using the diamond blocks to do it, just because there's better coolants out there. And I like efficient. I like to be efficient in what I do. And by the way, I'm just walking around doing nothing because I'm trying to wait for some of this stone to kind of process through so we can get some more marble going. But, yeah, I probably won't use the diamond blocks so much. But I might do the others. We'll see. I don't know yet. This is a pretty slow process, actually. This is a really slow process. I'll have to set something up for this, for sure. But I do kind of like how it looks, though. It looks pretty cool. Now, let's test something else, actually, too, while we're here. Let's go ahead and see if we can't put something out under this stuff. First of all, we got to do this. And then I want to go over here. Break you. Come here. There we go. Now we can kind of see how this looks. Remember, I was telling you I kind of wanted to do this kind of a thing so that we know... I can't do... You're in my way. This is such a pain in the butt. All right, so nope, and then we got to put this back. So I wanted to do this just so we actually know what it looks like. Now, I technically didn't have to put one there, but it's just easier to, I don't know. I did anyway. I didn't have to, but I did anyway. So how does it look with that there? I think that looks pretty good, actually. I think that's pretty cool. I think it helps tie in everything. And even though it doesn't completely match the outside of this right here, I think it works out pretty well. Yeah, I kind of like it. That's pretty cool. I think that's what we're going to go with. Even though I do use marble a lot. I use marble extensively in a lot of series. And so I use wood a lot too. So as far as the blocks I'm using, I'm pretty much going back to my old habits. I need to not do that. But, oh well. It's a thing. The design's already here. So deal with it. But the other... that's about it for the challenges he wanted to ask. But he did ask me a couple more questions. How derpy are you? I don't know how to answer this question. This is not an easy question to answer. It's really not. How derpy are you? Just imagine somebody coming up to you and asking that question. I don't know. I'm pretty friggin' derpy and I know it and I like it and it's good, but how do you answer that question? Okay, so I have made a little bit more as far as this stuff is concerned, marble. I really like how it looks. I mean, it's coming together pretty well. I think this is the pattern we're going to go with. It's a little hard to tell what it will look like after all is said and done just because we naturally don't have enough to go all the way around just yet. This will be another one of those long projects. I still need to finish off the grass as well. I haven't had time to do that either. But it is what it is. I'll get there. We will get there eventually. But the last question that I did get was, what is your favorite country and why? Now, asking somebody what their favorite country is, usually the answer is the country that they're living in. But mine isn't. I'm not actually a big fan of the United States. I was in the military and everything. And it's not because like I don't hate my country or anything. It's just not my favorite. There are a lot of places that I want to visit. One of the things that I want to do before I leave this place, before am what? Don't push W. No. One of the things I want to do before I die, basically. I was trying to find a nice way to say it. There just isn't. But I want to go all over the world. I want to experience everything. I don't really have a favorite country because I want to see all of them. I know Ireland is one because I am part Irish and I've never actually been there. Granted, I stopped through on one of the, like, I took a plane ride across overseas and stuff, and we stopped there. It was one of the layovers was in Ireland, which was really, really cool, but I wasn't really able to leave the airport, so it doesn't count. And I want to go back and I want to experience more of that culture and stuff. And I want to see Europe for sure. There's a lot of places. Of course, you got the big ones like Paris and France, or Paris is France. Yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean. Like Paris, I want to go. I want to go all over the place, everywhere. Japan is another one I want to go. Another place I want to go. I want to go to all the places, everything. I don't really have a favorite because I'm not biased against or for any of them. I just like them all. I like the concept that there are so many different kinds of people in so many distant corners of the world that we can be so different. Like it amazes me how different people can actually be. It really is astounding to me, and I want to experience all of that. I want to see what makes people who they are, and stuff. I don't know. It's really cool. That's one of the subjects. Like, I have some pretty big. If I can ever make it to superstardom on YouTube, I have some really, really big plans. That those of you who are with me now and plan to stick with me for as long as I do this thing, we got some good stuff coming up, because you guys are gonna be first in line for a lot of this really cool. Like, I just have ideas. I'm just not popular enough to even make it, to even come close for it to be a thing. But it's some really, really cool stuff, and I don't want to get into it now because, well, to be honest, all the ideas I have are really, really big, and it would take me hours to explain them. So, yeah. I'm just going to stop that there. But, yeah, those are the questions I got. Feel free to ask them. Like, I enjoy talking to the people. That's why I do this. Like, everybody, I keep getting asked all the time, like, why do you do this? What is it you do YouTube for? I don't do it for the money, or yeah, I don't make enough money. I'm sure. Money? What is that? Anyway, I don't do it for money. I don't do it for popularity or anything. Now, granted, I would love for this to be my job. Like, that would be the best thing ever, but it's not because of the money. That would just sustain me while I continue to do the thing that I love, which is this, just kind of talking to the peeps, playing video games and guiding you guys, or vlogs, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be video games. I do plan on vlogging at some point in the future. I just don't know when that's going to be. I don't know. It's really cool. I have pretty high ambitions. Am I ever going to get there? Who knows? And the likelihood of it is actually pretty low, to be quite honest. You really just never know. The chances these days of making it to the place that a lot of these other guys have is so unbelievably low that it's just, it is what it is, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to stop. I love it too much to stop. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, there's your questions, but feel free to ask more if you guys are curious about something. I love answering questions. I love talking to the people. That's why I do this. It's just the interaction with the people, interaction with the community, learning about other people and doing stuff. And helping people when I can, whether it be the entertainment, making you laugh. At least sometimes I do. Maybe, I hope, some point. Probably not, ever. Sorry. Anyway, so you get the point. That's pretty much what I do this for. Okay, so now that the questions are over with, hopefully, I don't know how you guys like that kind of stuff. I really don't. So let me know. If you like the whole questions, like just with me and answering, you get the idea. I feel like it's not good video quality. I really do. I feel like it's not entertaining, but I know you guys do like that. Some of you guys at least do like that kind of stuff. So let me know what you think. I want to know popular opinion. But I have an idea, actually, for this stuff down over here. We have an issue with this. Now, what it seems like is that these guys actually, it's like it chooses one of these guys to go and send it to. And I don't know if it's an issue with the kinesis pipe, if it's an issue with these guys, or maybe these guys down here, but I have an idea. I have an idea that I want to try to run with, and we're going to see how well it works, because it might mitigate that whole thing. Let me go ahead and not use that one. Let's use this one. But what I want to do is actually, if we go like this, and then, oh yeah, you guys, so we get the pulverized silver out of there. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit, frame lag and stuff, but I don't, maybe I'm not. I'm not sure. But we have 3 of these guys. The reason, oh, what? Oh, right. That's, hold on. I didn't turn it into regular glass first. Relax, relax. This is a recipe. I know. What are you doing? What in the world? I right-clicked, which means take half the stack. Do it properly, thing. These are glass fiber cables. Now, they can transmit a lot of EU per tick, like huge amounts. So what I want to try to do is actually disconnect these guys. All of these guys. This is my idea. Only these guys, because I'm not worried about this right now. I'm going to work on that in a little bit. Now, here is the idea. If I lay, let's do this, and then if I lay these fiber cables down, here, here, and here, those guys are now connected, right? We have only one, yes. Let's put one here, and then let's get these guys. Now, they're only MV, so it only transmits 1024 at a time, which, by the way, I like how it looks like it encases it completely. It's really actually kind of cool. It's not for any particular purpose in that. Like, it's not, I don't think it's meant to do that. Like, they didn't design it that way. It's just something that happens, but it's really cool, actually. So now these guys, hopefully, will be able to get the full power. But, see, that's not even working. It's not getting any power. Why aren't you getting any power? Like, you're getting 0 power from that. You should be connected, but you're not. Why aren't you working? This was supposed to work. Glass fiber cable. Look, transmit. Fiber. Let's look up. Let's see, fiber is there. That was the only fiber cable we had, right? Yeah. Like the rest is fibrous taint. They connected and everything. Why aren't you getting any power? I don't understand. I don't get it. Why? I don't understand this, peeps. I don't know why this wouldn't work. All right, so here's our next attempt, okay? My theory is that the wire connectors here can't connect, or they can't transmit power, I guess, directly to this cable. But I know they can convert between the RF and the EU that we need. So I know that is definitely a thing. But what I'm going to try to do, instead of that, is I'm going to try to make the MFE, which is an Industrial Craft 2 block that stores energy, which is probably a good idea to do anyway. Just to have an extra little battery backup on it or whatever for, I don't know if it can build up. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's going to stay empty, but maybe it can transfer energy directly to that block. So I've already got the recipe here. We just needed a basic machine casing here. A few of these insulated gold cables. There's a couple roller bars and gold cable, which you just kind of cut or extrude in the roller here. So, I mean, it's a pretty simple little thing. It's not the top tier one or anything like that, but we're going to give this a shot just to see. It was pretty cheap, so I figured I'd give it a shot just to see. I just said that twice. Just to, yeah. We're going to see if this works. And then I need, oh man, I got rid of all my MV stuff. MV, I thought I had a connector there. We have a bunch of this MV things. We need a better generation of EU or a block. We need it like an EU area. I need a block that can transmit between, that basically the kinesis pipe here can connect into, and kind of have a storage of power and then output directly into EU. And then I can have all of my other machines behind that. So it's instantly converted and I don't have to worry about it. I can just use the straight fiber cables connected to all of them. Fiber cable is pretty cheap, actually. It's really, really cheap, and I'm pretty happy about that. But I need a better way to convert it. And we also need better cables because I'm pretty sure the kinesis pipes are just, they're not going to cut it. They're not good. And I do really love the idea of the flux duct stuff that I was told about in the comments. Sorry, buddy, I forgot who it was that told me this. But these guys right here, I was told about these. Infinite RF, we do have them. We can make them, and it is really, really cool. I don't know if we're going to use them or not because I still love the idea of the conduits, but still pretty daggone impressive that they're infinite. That's really, really cool. But we're going to give this a shot. Do you work now? Oh, Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it seems like it's working. Are you working? You're not working. I feel like you should be working. Can you not output? Why? It's like the glass fiber cables aren't working. I really, really feel like these guys should be working, but they're not. They're not sending energy. So it's not the problem with these guys. It's a problem with the cables themselves. The fiber cables don't work. I feel like this guy is almost full. He's not almost full. Armor, okay, that's cool. Well, we can charge our thing. Oh, maybe not. Like, it has a lot of storage. Redstone behavior, nothing. Out 512 EU a tick, that's fine. Because that's actually about 2k RF a tick, which is really, really good. But, I mean, these guys use EU anyway. But, you get the idea. This stuff really, really should be outputting, but it's not. And I don't know how to fix that. Like, I don't want to use a wrench on it because it'll just take down the machine. We're going to have to do that if we want to take it apart. I got to use a different cable, I guess. So if we go to @industrial, maybe we don't need one that impressive. Let me take a look at some of these cables down here because we do have some more that we can look at. Like we have this stuff down here, 10 cable, 32 EU a tick. I don't like those though. I really don't. Maybe we'll try some of the insulated tin ones. We need a bunch more rubber, but we can do that. We only need 3 of them. I don't know. Let me see if I can hook up some of these cables, and we'll see if it works in a second. I don't know. Maybe a different cable will work. All right. Well, the quick and the dirty of it, peeps, is that I have no clue why it's not working. This guy right here, they just can't. It's not. These aren't working either. There's something else going on here. I don't know why, but it will not process what it's supposed to. They just won't. I don't know what to do, peeps. I do not know what to do. Maybe I just have to do... I mean, these guys are EU a tick. I mean, they're industrial craft too, high voltage. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. So, yeah, you guys got to help me out with that. I'm trying to get more power of these guys. We're eventually going to set something up. Give me some suggestions because I need them. I need them bad. But anyway, if you did like the episode, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more, you want my videos sent directly to you, then don't forget to subscribe. Comment, favorite, share, if you feel like you want to. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out, peeps.